Dallas on a sweep. Turns it up.
Hey coaches, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you all had a great season. This video is going to be about a formation we call diesel. It is the off season for most of us, so it's time to really take a look to see what you did well, what you didn't do so well. And we installed this. This was a late season install for us. Okay, we didn't have a lot of plays out of this. We are a base jet wing T and beast team. Okay, direct snap. So we do a lot of that. We wanted something to add to kind of spread the field. Okay, where we could still run our wing T run concepts and pass concepts out of this. Okay, so this is a formation we like for several reasons. One, because it creates misalignment for the defense. Okay, so I like that. It's a very difficult formation to align to. So I do like that about it. I wish we had more plays out of it, which coming into this season we will add to this because we had a post corner that didn't work very well. It was our main run. Our main pass out of this. And we had our buck, which we do run out of our wing T, and then a play we call wham, which we do run out of our wing T. So, we wanted a formation that spreads the field a little bit and still allowed us to do what we do in our base offense. So this allows us to be more multiple while keeping things simple for our kids. But, this is something we're definitely going to add to, and it looked very good on film the little bit we ran it, and probably should have ran it much more. And I think heading into next year, we will do that. So first off, I'm going to go over, it's basically two formations. There's going to be one variation to each one. Okay, so we call this diesel right. It's basically trips right. Okay, it tells our H, our slot, and our X, they're lining up to the right. It tells our Y and our tackle, they line up to the left. If we said diesel left, okay, the trips, I'm not going to move everyone over, but the trips will go to the left, the tight end, and the tailback would flip and they're opposite, okay? Now, if we said diesel heavy right, okay, that would tell our tight end he's coming over, so we're going really heavy unbalanced here, and our H will bump out a little bit. Okay, that's just telling the tight end, when he hears heavy, that's telling him he's to the trip side. Now, if you don't want to move your tight end for you wing T guys and tackle over guys, you could literally just do tackle over. Okay, so you could go diesel heavy right, okay, and that'll tell the left tackle he's going to line up here. So you got a guard and then a two tackle surface here, and then your tight end who's eligible here on the backside, okay. Why we always bring our tight end over, okay, is just because he's one of our better blockers anyway. We will lose the option to pass or sneak this kid on a route because he is eligible. He's not covered if this was our tight end, okay. So, we miss out a little bit there. But we, like I said, our tight end, okay, our Y is usually a very good blocker, so we just bring him over. It's just easier that way. And we do the same thing in our heavy wing T. Okay, if we go split heavy right, okay, we do the same thing there. So it's the kids already know it, so it's easy to align. Now, if we said diesel heavy left, the trips would go to the left, tight end would be opposite. Tailback would be opposite, trips would be to the left, and the tight end would be to the left also. Okay, and I'm going to tell you right now, we ran a lot out of heavy. Most of the time, they didn't shift very well to it. And if they don't shift to it, we're just going to keep running heavy. Okay, and you could run these plays. You could definitely run these plays without going heavy. Okay, when we ran our wham, we would keep our tight end to that side. We didn't have to, but we kept our tight end to that side. But I'm going to draw all these up out of our heavy. Okay, so the first play, I'm going to draw up, and this is the first time I'm using this tool, so bear with me here. All right, so now this is what we're going to call, we call this 26 bucks. We'll call this diesel heavy right, 26 buck. Okay, and we can run this on 1, on 2, on set, on red, whatever we want. Okay, so basically it's just buck blocking rules. Okay, we're going to go gap down backer here, so gap down, blocking down here, gap down backer. Okay, we're going to step play side, base this kid. Okay, our guard is going to pull. He's going to kick out this defensive end. Our H is going to insert. He's getting linebacker. Okay, now a lot of teams will have their H blocked down here. Okay, if we want, we could get a double on the nose with this kid, have him block down and have him work to the mic, and our wrap guy will get him. But this is how we do it. We'll insert our H, for the first linebacker. Okay, it's usually the Mike. And this is against the 5-3. Most teams we played this year ran 5-3 or 6-2. That's all we've seen. Maybe it's just my league, but it's literally all we've seen was 53 or 6-2. Okay, so now this guard's going to pull. Okay, he is pulling and he's blocking first linebacker to show. Okay, we want him to really work outside. Okay, in case this player's inserting back in. Okay, or if he's more so moves in more and kind of like an overhang. Okay, so we want him there to block out. Okay, and on this pull, this needs to be a tight pull pass. Okay, right off the butt of these down blocks, aiming point is this inside hip. We really want to root this kid out. Okay, we got to pull tight right off the butt in case this kid squeezes. We still got to be able to root this kid out. Okay, so tackle's gonna check to replace the guard. He's gonna base back here. Okay, if this linebacker starts creeping up or he's over the guard, he has to block him. Okay, he is responsible for the guard. Okay, so he's gonna have inside over free like he was the guard. Okay, he's basically, we tell the kids replace the guard. You're gonna step down, replace the guard, and then block back if there's no linebacker creeping up. Okay, so basically what we'll do, we could do a variety of different things here. If we get in heavy press man-to-man, we'll just outside release and run these kids off. But a lot of times we get off coverage, so we'll just stalk here. Okay, and here's what I'm thinking about doing. Okay, stock blocking in space is difficult, and you guys tell me what you think. Okay, what we were doing, and this S would actually be up a little bit more. We would stock block the guy covering us here, but maybe we could work in some kind of bubble. Okay, or maybe fake some kind of now. Maybe that will keep this kid here, and maybe even give us a run pass option. Okay, if we see as we snap the ball he's starting to creep, okay, or they don't respect them, we do have a call. We call now. We literally will just yell now. If they don't cover our number 2 here, we'll just turn and throw a now screen. But so I'm thinking we should have him run the now every time without us having to call it. But I'm not sure. I got mixed feelings on this. We'll probably just have him stock block. But I just wanted your guys' opinion on that. Now, what we will do, our tailback come here, plant, and we are going right inside the kick out, and then we want to work outside. Okay? So basically, quarterback's going to catch it, step, he's going to hand, and then he's faking this way. Okay? So that's basically our buck. Okay? We don't have to run it with the tight end. We can run it here. I'll draw that up for you here. Okay, let's go diesel right, 26 buck. Because if they're adjusting to the strength and aligning their defense to the strength, you don't want to bring the tight end over and let them adjust to your formation. So, we don't always do tackle over, but if they're not adjusting to it, we just keep doing it. But move this kid up too. Now, same blocking rules apply. Okay, we're gonna go gap down backer. We're going linebacker here. If this nose guard is slanting or you're having a big problem blocking him, you could literally just have the right tackle help. Okay, we'll tag that deuce for if a lot of times when we run buck, we run it off our jet action. Okay, sometimes to the jet action side and away. So a lot of times he'll slant to the jet motion side, and that's a hard block for the center. So we'll just deuce it, and that's our tag for anything in buck. Okay, we'll deuce it. That means we're doubling the nose here. I don't like to do it, but sometimes, teams just get these big. Our league is obviously unlimited weight, so we get some big nose guard, and we are not the biggest team. So, having these different tags and double team and down blocking options is critical for us. Now our H, okay, he's going to block down too. He's going to block here. He's going to pull. We're going to kick. He's going to wrap. He's going to replace the guard base. He's going to replace the tackle, and then work the climb. We'll get a stalk here. We'll get a stalk here. And then hand off, go, carry out our fake, okay? So that's basically buck, okay? Now, the next play we like out of this, okay, is wham. We'll call this diesel right, 15 wham, okay, our quarterback. Now, if you don't have a mobile quarterback, our quarterback was mobile. Okay, he was good enough to run this. I just didn't want to get him hit more than he had to because he played defense for us as well. So basically, we just took our beast personnel and put another running back there. So it was really like a direct snap beast offense. It's just more of a spread formation. So if you have a mobile quarterback, great. If you don't, then you could always put in a running back there. Sometimes we did it with our QB, especially if we wanted to throw. If one of our running backs couldn't throw. If one of your running backs could throw, usually if they're a good athlete, they could probably throw well too. They could probably do everything. Your best player on your team, I'm sure, could throw well, could catch, could run, right? So if your best player could do it all, then great. But again, the personnel at this direct snap, it depends on you. If you want your quarterback or running back. We've done it both. Okay, on our wham here, basically this is for when defenses shift, okay? Because it's really 3-by-1 here, or maybe you can even say 3-by-2. So technically, the run strength is to the tight end side, pass strength is to the right here. But with this H-back, he's pretty much like a tight end. So you got to respect it like a tight end. And this is a bigger bodied kid. This is our fullback. Okay, so it's really almost like there's two run strengths. You know, they can't really just sell out here because then we'll just run here. It's almost like two tight ends. The only difference is kid's off the ball. And it's a different, it's a different position. So it's really the same thing. But once teams shift to our trips, which eventually they do, okay, a lot of times if we run this in the first half, they'll make the adjustment at halftime. They'll line their kids up at half and they'll line to it. And that's when we really start getting wham backside. Okay, so now on our wham, okay, our blocking is gap down backer on the play side. So we are going to get a gap down block here. Okay, we are going to get a double to the nose. Okay, and we are going to get a gap down backer here. Okay, if we're getting a double on the nose because this play does take a little bit more time to develop because this kid's faking this way. So it does hit a half a second later, especially that we got to wait for these kids to pull from the backside. So we got to really get the nose blocked. Like I said, we've been playing some big boys, man, at nose. So we really had to adjust what we're doing. And in our town, we had decent size this year for the first time in a while, but we're still undersized a lot of times. But so we're going to gap down here with our tight end and our tackle, and we're going to double the nose, okay? If it's a 4-4 or 6-2, okay, he would block. You know what? I'll draw it up against that defense after I go through it here. Okay, now our guard is going to pull. This is what we call diesel right, 15 wham. Okay, wham tells our backside guard he's pulling, he's kicking. Okay, he's going to replace the guard base here. Okay, we're going to stalk here. Again, we could run off if we're getting press man, or we could just fake our now screen. Okay, whatever we want to do. Now our H is also going to lead. He is leading through the hole here, okay? So our quarterback is going to catch it. We don't want him stepping too much play side to take himself out. We really want him to just lean. Okay, we want him to turn his body, not really move his feet that way. We want him to catch the snap, turn his body with the tailback as he's going by, and then as he sees the H cross his face, that's when he pulls the ball and goes. So we don't want that hard step this way. Okay, we want him to keep his feet under him, just twist his body to the fake, and then go. Okay, we want to keep his square base so he could push off and really explode as this H goes by. Okay, so tailback, you need a great fake here. He needs to carry out this fake. Okay, you need a great fake here. So as the H goes by, he pulls. Aiming point is literally going to be the inside foot of the tight end. Okay, we want to go right inside the kick out and then turn up here. Okay, a lot of times, there's really no one for this corner. Okay, and a lot of times for us, what we see is corners are here. They're taught to contain and stay home. So he's really not even a factor in the play. Sometimes he'll come in or he'll chase it laterally. But either way, if this kid's making the tackle, my money's on our best player here, first there, cornerback. So I'll take that all day. But that's our clear this out. That's our wham play. Okay, and nothing would change if we went diesel left. Okay, we go diesel left. It would be 16 man. So now I'll draw it. I'll draw it against the 6-2 here for you. Oh, sorry about that. I'm getting used to this tool. This is the first time I used it here. And I'm not going to change the defensive position names. Okay, I'm just going to put kids in the 6-2 here. And if you want to come out in a 6-2, and you want to stay in your 6-2, this is what most teams did. They actually would move the safety over to cover 2, and then would be zero coverage, or they would have to move this kid out, which most of the time they didn't. Or they'd have to move this kid out. 6-2 is not a good look against this formation. That's why I like it so much. But most teams will do this. The two teams, like I said, this is a late season install, so we only had it for like 2 or 3 weeks of the season. But this is how teams adjusted to it. Okay, they rolled their safety down. One team did put their outside linebacker out, and then they realized they lightened up the box, and they said just bring the safety down, and they would play man zero. Okay, there goes zero coverage where they just lock up across the board. But now against the 6-2, okay, let's go. We'll go Diesel. And I definitely love the heavy right or heavy left or heavy formation out of this, okay? Because against the 6-2, you're going to have this tough C-gap defender. And bringing that tight end over helps a lot. But let's go here. This is going to be Diesel heavy right, 26 buck. Okay, the base blocking rules still apply. Gap down backer, this kid's in his gap. There's no one in his gap, this kid's down. Okay, our rules against double A-gap defenders is our center always blocks the backside A-gap defender. So we are blocking here. This kid is replacing the guard, blocking back. Okay, we are going to pull. We are going to kick this kid out. Okay, we are inserting for linebacker. Okay, and we are going to pull. We are going to block any linebacker that shows here. No one shows. We work outside, and then that's the seam we really want to hit. We want to hit this alley right here. Okay, and then this kid comes here, plant, and then we want to get upfield. Okay, that's the seam we want to hit. Now, ideally, like I said before, maybe we do a now, fake a now, and maybe that'll hold this kid. And we could have this backside puller lock on to him, maybe have him skip pull, square up, eyes on him, and then if this kid gets caught up in the wash or doesn't scrape across, then we could work back. So I'm really not sure how I want to do it yet. But we'll stalk this here. We'll stalk this here. We'll hand off, and then we'll fake this way. Okay, so that's the buck against the 6-2. And then I'm going to give you another tag we have. We call, against the 6-2, it is tough. I like the wide tackle and then having that wide end. I do like having the wide tackle in the 6-2. That's my favorite thing about it, especially if this kid's tough to block. You know, it could be a problem. So what we do is we have a hammer call. Okay, that will tell, we'll just block down, and that'll tell our wing. He'll block him. Why I like that, or our H rather, sorry. Why I like that is because this kid's head's watching the ball. Okay, he's not even going to see this H coming. Okay, so I do like having this because our H has a better blocking angle, especially if they're taught to penetrate, which a lot of times they are. So I like our H has a better blocking angle, and he'll be able to generate a little more force than the tight end when they're 2 yards apart. And this kid's better than this kid. He just isn't going to, our Y just isn't going to generate enough force. Okay, so another way we do it too is on our jet power play out of our wing T, and we could still run this out of buck. This is what we call, we tag this hammer. Okay, instead of the guard kicking out, he's going to pull and wrap. Okay, we got a great angle for this wide defensive end that's taught to contain, so we'll just base this kid out, and we'll hammer here, and we pull and wrap here, and then the track of the running back doesn't change. So that's two little adjustments. Okay, we have our hammer tag, and then we have our deuce tag for when we have a zero tech, okay, a big nose guard. Instead of gap down backer, okay, he'll go gap down nose, okay? So he'll know, okay, if I don't have anyone, we're getting the nose. Okay, so we'll go to our wham play out of the 6-2. And against the 6-2, it is blocked a little bit differently here, okay? Wham against the 6-2 is tough, especially if this kid's better than yours. Okay, basically what we'll do is we'll just literally go heavy and run it. But for our tight end can down block here, which most of the time he can, especially these kids are taught to penetrate, and his head's watching the ball, so he really doesn't even see this coming. We just wash him down. Okay, so we're gonna go gap down backer here. Okay, this guard, we're not pulling. Okay, so there's no one in his gap. We're not deucing this, so he's gonna go right to this outside, right to the Mike backer. Let me draw this nicely here for you. So he's going right to the Mike backer. We're going to block back here. We're going to pull. We're kicking out the first defender outside the tight end. Okay. First defender either head up. If this kid was head up on our Y, we're still kicking him out. Okay, we're kicking out the first defender past the tight end, which includes what we consider head up or outside. Okay, so that's the rules there. We're going to replace the center, block back. We're going to stalk. Or we could run off. We're going to execute a great fake this way. Our H, and then another thing too, if your H is slow or you're waiting for your H, have them cheat in. Cheat up and in, okay? Having them cheat in is fine. Okay, no one really even notice it. And if they do, then you could just cheat them in and run Buck anyway. So, there's your answer for that. But we have our kid cheat in a little bit because we need him to get there. Okay, we need this to hit as fast as we can. And basically, we call this wham, okay? But it's really just a counter play, okay? Where we're getting two pullers, we're getting a kick out, and then we're getting someone else wrapping. Okay, it's kind of like GT counter. It said we're not pulling the tackle, we're pulling an H. So it's basically counter, but we just call it wham. Okay, so this guy is going to pull. He's going to wrap for this outside linebacker. If no one shows, okay, we work back to the corner. Or if no one shows anywhere, we just keep climbing. Okay, so quarterback again, we don't want him moving his feet that way. Okay, we want him just to twist his body, keeping his feet square. And as that H comes, that's when we push off our foot and we get downhill. Okay, so our body twists, and then as the H goes, boom, we go here. This was a really nice play for us. Okay, especially when teams are overloading to the side. But that was our wham and our Buck play out of our diesel. One play I do want to run this year is trap. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll probably do that in another video, but we'll probably trap this kid. Go here, go here, go here. Even run Q trap. Go really just run ISO too, where we don't have to worry about pulling. Another great play is we'll just go straight up ISO. Okay, we could even run QB power out of this too. Against a 6'2", I like power because we'll get a kick out of this kid from our T. Okay, and then we'll just direct snap and run here. And this is great for when they overload this side too. So I do like QB power. You'll replace. Work here. Work here. Work here. Actually, have this kid block back. Stalk. Stalk. We'll have him insert and climb. So I do like power out of this too. So that's just another few plays you could run out of this. But this diesel formation is definitely something we're going to run a lot more next year, and we're going to commit some off-season work to it as well. I'll go ahead and I'll do another video real soon about the passing game out of this. I got a couple different passing options I want out of this, particularly our seam play. Okay, we'll run seams. I like our post wheel out of this too. I like flood out of this. So yeah, there's a lot of different options here. But stay tuned for that video. You guys have a nice night.